Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to work on the chassis some more. We're going to get the body mounts off, the brake lines, fuel lines, wiring harness, and anything else that's in the way of us getting the undercoating off. We're going to try to get as much as we can off with this scraper here. I might need to go buy some new blades, but we're going to scrape as much of this off. As you can see, I've already scraped some off here. It's working pretty good. This actually is working pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, it's working. You know, it might take a few hours, might take all day, might take a couple days. But we'll get as much off as we can. We'll come back with a grinder and a flapper wheel and a wire wheel and whatever other wheels we can find to get it all off. It's just gonna take time, but we'll get all of this off of here, and we may even end up using some type of a vapor blaster or a sand blaster to get some more of it off. We'll see. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not gonna be a trailer queen. It's gonna be used and it's gonna get dirty. We just want to protect it from any future rust, and also make it look kind of cool. So if we can get a fresh coat of black paint on there, satin black or something like that, it's gonna look nice. But so we'll be doing that, and we're gonna pull out the brake lines. I just want to get a good shot of all the brake lines and how they are ran. This will be a future video that I'll need to reference when I go to put it back together, and maybe this can help some of you guys too. I'm pretty sure this is all factory. I don't think these brake lines have ever been messed with. I don't think the fuel lines have. So this could be a good reference for you if you're building one of these and you don't have any to reference. But you can kind of see the fuel line going through here, it goes up to here, and then it connects here, goes to the pump, up to the carb. So there are some clips under here. There may be one or two that have broken off, but you can get these clips new. I've seen them online. And then the wiring harness goes through this clip here. So we might break some clips trying to get these apart. And these are pretty dry rotted too. You can kind of see they're just kind of falling apart a little bit. But we're gonna work on getting these off. I'll pull these lines out of here. Most likely, we might be able to reuse that fuel line. I'm not sure. We'll see if we can get that junk off there, clean it up. The brake lines, most likely we will get new brake lines, unless we clean it up and they look okay. You know, if we can reuse them, that'd be cool, but most likely they're rusted and need to be replaced. So we're gonna start right here, but you can see how rusty this is. Pretty sure we'll be replacing all the brake lines, but let's see if we can get this off the right way, just in case we want to try to preserve this shape so we can replicate it when we go to make the new ones. If we can't find someone that's already made these, we might have to do these bins ourselves. So I try to get this off without messing it up too bad. It's a hot, swampy, humid day here, guys. I'm gonna turn the fan on and probably put some music on. So enjoy the video. See if we can get this clip off of here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to save these or not, but push this through. We got that one off. There's another one here. There's one here. Holding both of those on. So we'll get those two off. All right, we're getting there. The wiring harness from the cab to the back is pretty simple. This is just the old antenna CB wire. That's no good. But this is basically the wiring harness from the cab all the way to the back, and there's actually some extra stuff in here they put in here. This is extra. These two are extra. And there's a couple other extra things that they put in here for the camper. All this stuff. So this stuff will get cleaned up. I don't know if we're gonna reuse this or maybe try to make one. But we could probably reuse this. Pretty simple. I'll have to see if the wires have been chewed on or if they're brittle. But some of these clips are getting destroyed on the way out. And I saved a couple. This one I was able to save, but the actual thread stuff where they go through, it's like little hooks. They're all screwed up. They're not really meant to come out, so we could probably order a whole bag of these new, I don't know, for 20 or 30 bucks. We'll have to find out. And then there's the brake ones that are a little bit different. This one is like the main brake line here. Let me go on the other side. So we got the main fuel line here. It's a pretty big size. It looks like it might be stainless, I'm not sure. But it comes up to this point here, and they extended it. They joined it here with a piece of rubber hose. So that's probably gonna be good to replace because that's probably dry rotted. And then the brake line, the same thing. They joined it here with a coupler. Not sure if these are stainless or not. If they are, maybe we can reuse them if we can save the threads. But it might be better just to replace them if we can. But all these clips are gonna come out because we need to get in there and clean. So these clips, we need to get some new ones. These new ones, new fuel lines, new brake lines. We might redo the wiring harness. It's pretty simple. So I'm just making sure I'm getting plenty of pictures and video of how this was ran before I take it out. You kind of see how it goes across here. Meets up here in this splits off here. Comes over here. Should be pretty simple to put back together. I'm gonna keep working on these. All right, we just about got it. There's a big bolt here we got to get off. Got this clip going through here. Get that off. And there's a clip here. Should be able to just fold that back. And then it's already disconnected on this side. On this wheel cylinder is already off. This side is pretty brittle and rusted, and it just twisted right off. So we're gonna have to replace all that. I'm gonna try to replace the fuel lines and the brake lines completely. That way we don't have to worry about it. That fuel line seems pretty stout, but if we can replace it, we will. If it's not too much, and you know, this one still might be good. I'm not sure if that's stainless or not. It almost looks like it's stainless. See that? I don't know if that's just because that's where it was protected, maybe. Yeah, there's some rust on this side. So yeah, we might need to replace it. We could probably even replace it with a rubber all the way. I'm not sure. What do you guys think about that? Just take a rubber hose, rubber fuel line all the way up there. I'm not sure if there was any benefit to having a steel line, you know, from that point to that point. The brake lines are pretty rusty, so we'll definitely be replacing these. It's gonna be tricky getting those all these bends figured out, but we'll do it. But yeah, these are nasty, and they could be, I mean, see how pitted that is? It's hard to see right here, but there you go. They've got rust that's going almost all the way through them, so those need to be replaced. This one did rust all the way through. This one here, you can kind of see it on this end over here. You see it's just pretty much gone. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this off. All right, hopefully the fan's not bothering you too much, guys. It's just hot today. I'm trying to stay cool. That came off pretty easy. Turn the fan off for a second. So, we've got all of the lines off. Oh, we gotta pull those out still. Brake lines, harness. Kind of see these here. Oh, look at all that fluid that came out of there. So we're still holding fluid. Get all these out. These mounts off. All right, guys, looks like we've got all the brake lines and all the fuel lines off. There's still a few clips that we need to get off. I'll get those as I go along the frame with the chisel, the scraper. Let's see if we can get these radiator mounts off and the cab mounts off. And then from there, we'll see if we can get the drive shaft out. And just keep chipping away at it. The cab mounts, radiator mounts, they're using a 7/8. And hopefully they'll come off. Let's see what happens. That's crazy. A little rusty. Woo. Let's see what is happening here. This piece is spinning and it's rusted really bad. I don't know if we can. Wow. Look at that. Man, that is worn out. Man, I hope we can, I hope the new ones will go on there. Look how rough, worn out those are. This hole is pretty crispy. Hopefully we can clean that up. Might need to put some welding, fill this in right here. There's a crack right here. Fill that in a little bit. Get all that rust off of there, clean that up. I think it'll be okay. Let's see, this side's gonna be worse. Take a closer look at this. It's pretty bad. And there's a crack here. Hopefully we can just fill that in with some weld and clean this up a little bit. Put the new mounts on there, hopefully it'll be okay. This side's even worse. You can see where the battery acid dripped down here. This is probably from the brake fluid. And this is the battery acid. This side is pretty bad. Look at that in there. Wow. Hopefully we can use it. Hopefully we can save that. Man, let me see if I can get that off. Wow. I knew they were bad, but man, they are really bad. Wow. That is not long enough, deep enough. I need a deep 7/8. All right, let's see if we can get this. What a freaking mess that is. I need to figure out how I can. There's supposed to be a bolt head here, but it's obviously completely rusted off. All right, I got a clamp on there. Let's see if that'll hold it. Ooh. We might have to cut this one out. Wow, that one's really bad. Wow. Hopefully we can fix that, man. Look at that hole where it's just eating through. I'm gonna build this up with some weld and hit it up with the welder, build it up and grind it down a little bit, smooth it out. Hopefully that'll be fine. That's the radiator support. You know, so it needs to be pretty sturdy, but hopefully, you know, hopefully it doesn't have to be perfect. But man, look at that. The nut, the bolt on the top is completely rusted out and gone. All the layers are all just chewed up and nasty. I don't know if somebody put extra washers on there at some point or something, or that's just how it was. It's hard to tell. But either way, that was a beast. Wow. Hopefully, well, I know this one's already loose. The bolt fell out of this one. Not nearly as bad. That's how they should come out. This one's nice, you know. No problems there. Let's see if we can get that one off. And those should come off pretty easy. All right. Come on off for me, please. Oh, I don't even need the swivel on this one. I don't know how you're supposed to be able to keep that from spinning. Hard to get a grip on here. How are you supposed to keep that from spinning? Dragon's fighting me all the way, boy. All the way. Woo. Ha. Man. That one hurt a little bit. Not gonna lie. Woo. Hopefully these two are easier. These need to just come off. Tired of messing around. Hey, I think I found a trick. Oh, it still hurts though. Look, it says right, it says rear, RR. Those are actually still pretty good shape. Ouch, 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 ouch. Yeah, look, it's still stuck on here. Oh, man. Fused. I mean, they're just... There's no easy way to get those off of there. They've just been on there forever, and they're rusted and nasty. We're gonna have to get new ones. Putting the old Milwaukee to the test today, boy. All right, let's see if we can get this one off. Last one. All right, how was I doing that? Like that? Yeah. I guess that's how you do it. Look at that. All right, we got the mounts off. Let's see if we can get this drive shaft off. It looks like it's pretty loose in here. I think it just pops right out of here. On this side anyway. Maybe not. Maybe not. How does that come off? Do you have to drop those? Probably have to drop it out of there. Oh, let's see. What size are those? $11/16. I guess I could look in the manual, but I left him at home because I was thumbing through them, and I left them at home. This has to come off anyway because we need to replace that seal. There's a couple bolts here, and here, holding this big cushion seal in here that I think keeps all this together. So let me pull this off and see what happens. Hey, all right, that came off. Yep, that one came off. Okay. And there's two big clips that these bolt into. I just assumed that would pull out of there, but maybe I'm wrong. Huh. That's interesting. That bushing is all dry rotted. And there's another bushing. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing here. All right, we got it down. It was held up with these two bolts with clips here, here, and here. And I just thought this would slide out. Maybe it will, maybe it's just seized in there. Hasn't moved in a while. This is all dry rotted too, so I'm assuming you can get this whole bushing here replaced. You can see it's pretty bad. Just breaking apart. I'm just not really sure how this comes off. I just thought it would just pop out here. Maybe it will. I'm gonna hit it with the rubber mallet here a little bit and just see if it slides out. I guess not. Well, I'll have to do some research on that. Like I said, I don't have the manual here, and ow! Yeah. But I think I can get these off of here probably. Pull this off, and we take the whole shaft off. These are all going to have to come out. I don't know if you need a special tool to get these out, or you just pop them out with a screwdriver. Let's see if we can get these nuts off of here. Any idea how that thing comes apart?
What is it?
The drive shaft.
Oh. Well, it's probably rusted together right there, but that spline yoke comes off.
Yeah, I figured that spline slid out of
That
there.
should come apart. And then you have to,
That thing's
I'm
just,
assuming you're gonna put all new U-joints in it?
yeah, they're pretty cheap. Put new joints. The drive shaft doesn't really go bad, does it?
No, unless it rusts in two, or unless.
Yeah, it's just a solid bar.
And no, it's a hollow tube with yokes are welded to the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just bang that apart.
There's a rubber bushing in there that probably needs to be
Yeah,
replaced.
that's called a carrier bearing.
Carrier bearing.
Yeah,
Does it come with the whole metal thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because that thing is pretty much toast. It's worn out.
This is dry rubber from sitting for so many years.
It looks like these 4 bolts right here you can just loosen. pull that whole thing
you
out of
knock
there.
those U-bolts out after you loosen that.
And then take that whole thing out. And
But you'll have to tap on it to get that apart. You might be able to take a punch and hit it there to tap that out, but you don't want to hit it
On the ends.
with it because you'll damage those threads. But if you back the nut out and leave it on there about 2 or 3 turns and tap it, with the end of the nut still on
yeah.
the threaded portion of that U-bolt, then that will help break it loose. But you don't ever want to pound on a bare threaded stud like that, or you'll be wishing you had booger the threads up. So get all the line stripped out of it, the wiring harness off of it, so it's down to the bare frame almost. Huh?
Pretty much. Yeah, I want to get in there and get all that, try to get all that stuff out of there. Take the shocks off. Shocks aren't really doing anything, are they?
No, the springs are supported. It's got springs on the front that support it, so you can take all the shocks off.
Yeah. Yep.
Get them out of your way, you know.
Yeah, get everything off that I can. All the little clips and all that stuff.
So you finally got your cat mounts out.
Oh man.
It's fun, huh?
Those were a mess.
Frame is almost gone there, huh?
I know. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow, that was pretty rotted too.
I know.
Probably have to cut that out and then weld in a new piece of metal. You have to custom fabricate something that will go in there and then weld it back in is all I could think of that you can do.
Yeah, that was battery acid.
It's totally rusted through on both sides here,
Yep.
which is going to make that whole section weak.
Yep. That's the battery acid and that was the brake fluid.
But if you grind that out, and you can find you some scrap metal maybe off of another frame and cut you a section of it out, and then just keep hitting it with a grinder until it fits in there perfect. Then you can weld it back in, right along in here somewhere.
That's the support for the radiator
Yeah.
bracket, which is also supports the headlights and the grill and all that stuff.
So if you didn't fix that and you started driving it, it could continue to crack.
I'll probably take this off too, right?
Well, if you take that off, it's going to be difficult to steer it when you push it in and out. So I would leave that on there until you
Okay.
are done rolling it around.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps keep it.
It's the center link that ties the front end together. So if not, then they're going to steer it independently, and you don't want that when you push it in and out. So there's no reason to take that off
Yeah, that's a good
right
idea.
now.
It's not really in the way. I'll pull the shocks off, all the clips. I don't know if I need to pull the emergency brake or not.
Well,
It's not really in the way too bad, but I guess we could pull it out of there and clean it up maybe. Put that in the vapor blaster and
those threads are gone there.
are they?
They're rusted away. There's no
Oh yeah.
fixing that.
Wow. Yeah, I might have to get a new bracket here. I'm sure they sell this piece. It's getting there. Getting there.
Getting further and further away from driving it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're on the uphill battle right now. See if we can get it off from here, and then we'll let that WD-40 soak in overnight. Hopefully that'll see if we can pull that off. Guys, I'm gonna go home, do some research, get the manual out, and look up on Google and YouTube and see if I can find anybody pulling one of these apart. I'm pretty sure this comes out of here. It's just seized in there. Maybe this has to be loosened up or something. I'm not sure, but most likely it's just rusted shut on there. These need to pop off too. I don't want to bang on the ends too hard, but we'll probably end up just replacing these anyway. These little U-bolts. So, because there's a seal in here too that I want to replace. Anyway, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll get the shocks off. Hopefully we'll get that off and do some other stuff. So we're getting there. It takes time to get all this stuff off. It's rusted and it's been on there forever. It's seized, rusted. It's just nasty. So we'll get there one day at a time. All right, guys. See you on the next one.